Alrighty, so you're looking at the homework I gave you for tonight. I want to go through probably half of it with you and have you finish the other half on your own. The main thing I want you to understand is how to identify the y-intercept. Your y-intercept is where it touches the y-axis. Your y-axis is this vertical line in the middle. So we're going to go to -1 on our y-axis, and then the 1/4 is your slope. And I put clouds around the slope. It's either going to be a positive slope or a negative slope. This 1/4 is positive. It's going to be rising 1 and running 4. So I'm going to rise 1 and run 4 from that -1 y-intercept. So from this -1 right here, that was our first step, -1, easy. Then we're going to rise 1, and we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4. And there, I tried to make a straight line through it. There's my linear, I graphed my linear equation in slope, intercept form. We had a slope, 1/4, and our intercept was -1. All right, number 2 and 3 are tricky because if you look at the slope, there's no number next to that x. There's no number here. So we're going to rewrite it. We're going to rewrite it. Y equals -1x plus 2. Because we should remember from in front of all these variables, if there's nothing in front of the x, there's an invisible 1. So there's an invisible 1 here. And also here, y equals 1x plus 1. Okay? And now, what's even a little bit more tricky is that this was a fraction. 1/4 was easy to see. That's the fraction. We went up 1/4. This one doesn't have a fraction, but you should know that all whole numbers are over 1. So this one here and this one here are both over 1. So now you look at this problem. It should be a little easier to handle. You can take a look at this. It's +2 plus 2. And we're going to go, it's a negative slope. So -1/1 is a fall over run when it's a negative. And the negative always applies to the numerator too. So I'm going to go down 1 over 1. And there we go. There is my slope, or my linear equation. I just graphed a linear equation. My slope was down 1/1. Now, go ahead and hit pause and try to do number 3 on your own. And then go ahead and hit play and look at it. It's not going to help you if you just copy what I'm doing. I need you to try and struggle on your own and then check to see if you did it right. And if you did it wrong, just find out where you made your mistake. So go ahead and hit pause now. Okay, so now hopefully you hit pause and tried it. We're going to go y-intercept's +1. And we're going to rise 1 and run 1. Okay? And from there, you're done. We went up 1/1 and we drew our line, and we're good to go. Number 4, you should be able to handle on your own. Although number 4 does have a little bit of a tricky part to it. I'll make you do number 5 and 6 on your own. And the only thing I'll help you with 5 is that -3 is going to be over 1. But 4, let's go ahead and look at 4. And the only reason it's tricky is because there's a -4 here. And that -4 goes down here on the y-axis. And then we're going to rise 4. Your slope is 4/3. We're going to rise 4 and run 3. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. And there we go. And there's our slope. There's our slope and our y-intercept. I should say there's our linear graph. There's our linear graph of this equation. So we went rise 4, run 3. You guys try 5 and 6 on your own. Do the best you can, and we're going to look at the backside. All right, the backside, I'm going to go ahead and tackle number 8. You should try number 7 on your own, and you shouldn't have a problem. But number 8, let this autofocus. It tends to do that every once in a while. So if I look at number 8, it's a little tricky because I see this negative sign here. I'm going to try to make sure I reiterate this tomorrow, or repeat this over and over tomorrow, that this negative actually applies always to the numerator, never to the denominator. So when I look at this, I know it's a negative slope. And if I was to look at the slope clearly, I would be a fall over a run. But let's first handle the y-intercept, +2. And then we're going to fall 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We always run to the right. We would never fall and then run this way, okay? Because then if we graphed a line this way, that would make it a positive slope. And we know this is not a positive slope. It is clearly a negative slope. All right, if you have any more questions, talk to me tomorrow. But I want you to do the best you can. Try to do the rest of this homework. And hopefully this will be helpful for you. All right, guys, do your best.